What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my sports picks video, college basketball edition. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. It is February 1st. Welcome to February. Hopefully you guys all had an awesome January. We definitely did in the village. Oh my God, the last couple of weeks we have absolutely crushed it. It has been unbelievable the way we closed out the month of January. But that is nothing new. We crush it every single month, but we are moving on. And you guys know what time it is. It is Saturday. It is college football day. So it is time for long shot bet number 2. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. What I like to do with college football and college basketball, there are so many games on Saturday. I like to do what's called a long shot parlay, where it's any parlay where the payout is $10,000 or more. So I put together a bunch of games that I'm leaning towards, games that I'm like. Now, I will say these aren't my best bets. I save those for those who are a part of the village, but I do have a bunch of other, like I said, there's so many games on Saturdays. I have my best bets, but then I have, a secondary list of games that I like as well. And most of the time those games do very, very well. So I put those together into what I call a long shot parlay. I give them out here. My goal is to hit it once per season, once per football season, and then again, once per college basketball season. And we did hit it for college football. So we hit a nice parlay for over $10,000. So we're going to try and do it once again for college basketball for this season. So this is only attempt number 2. I didn't do it the first few weeks, or the first month, or I should say, of college basketball. A lot of, I usually wait for conference games to start. We'll go ahead and recap what we did last week with our first attempt at our long shot parlay, and then we will go ahead and move on to this week's long shot. Won't make this video too long. So let me go ahead and just quickly jump into last week's long shot parlay. I think it was a very, very good attempt for our first attempt, I should say. So we went, it was a 7-team parlay where 125 would have paid out over $10,000. So we went 5-2. Like I said, it's a great attempt. Now, I don't necessarily recommend you guys throw in the long shot parlay. It is a long shot. It's not likely to come in. But what I would recommend is you pluck out your favorites, maybe do a few straight bets, maybe do a smaller 2 or 3 team parlay. Like I said, last week we went 5-2, so it was a great attempt. We had a lot of winners. So if you would have plucked out your favorites or did some straight bets, if you would have did straight bets on all of them and went 5-2, that's a damn good day. So like I said, a good attempt last week. 5-2, we didn't hit it obviously, but going 5-2, I would definitely take. So that was last week. We'll go ahead and move on to this week's long shot parlay. We spent too much time dwelling on the past. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the action for our second attempt at our long shot. So we're going to start with Georgia. So Georgia is -6. They're at home taking on Texas A&M, and a lot of these games you'll see in parentheses what the actual odds are. If you see -110, there wasn't any adjustment. If you see -120, it was likely a half a point buy. For example, I think Georgia was -6.5, and I just moved that down for 10 cents. So that's what the parentheses mean if you are wondering. So Georgia -6. So Georgia, like I said, is at home taking on Texas A&M. And I like looking for desperate teams, which Georgia is definitely one of. So this is a team that had high hopes coming into the season, and they have definitely disappointed so far. They are only 1-6 in the conference right now. And that includes losing their last 4 games. Now, 3 of those last 4 games were on the road. So you give them a little bit of a pass. They were against tough competition on the road. So they weren't expected to win those games, but still, like I said, this team had definitely higher hopes than what they're currently achieving right now. But this game at home, I think the crowd is going to be behind them for sure. Like I said, they are desperate for a win, losing their last 4 games. And they're definitely the more talented team here. They're way more talented than Texas A&M. And I think at home, with the home crowd behind them, coming off of 4 straight losses, that desperation to get a win, especially at home, I think they win this game and cover the 6 points. Next, we have Michigan State -5. Michigan State is going on the road to take on Wisconsin. Pretty good Wisconsin team. But we have 2 teams right now that are trending in opposite directions. Michigan State has won 3 of their last 4 games. That is after getting absolutely smashed by Purdue. So they bounced back after that, winning the next 3 out of 4. While Wisconsin, they have lost 3 of their last 4 games. So we have two teams going in opposite directions right now. And Wisconsin has just been outmatched by better competition. And that is exactly what Michigan State is. Going into the season, Michigan State was picked as one of the best teams in the nation. And so I think they show it here. -5 on the road. They're favored for a reason. I like Michigan State. I just think they have too much offense for Wisconsin. I think the first half is going to be close. Wisconsin will keep it probably a lower scoring type of game, slow it down a little bit. But in the second half, I expect Michigan State to exert their will, their offensive will, and pull away and cover the short 5 points on the road. Next, we are going to move on to Belmont. We have Belmont -7. So Belmont is another team on the road here taking on Jacksonville State. And not a whole lot to say about this one. We're just taking the better team here. Belmont had a wake-up call last week. They lost back-to-back games. Then they got back on track with their last game with a victory. And I think they make it 2 in a row here. Jacksonville State, they were actually a pretty good team last year, but they pretty much lost everybody on that team that was any good. So this team is struggling this year against good competition, the better teams in their division, which Belmont is. They just have struggled against, and they just cannot beat those teams. So I like Belmont here. 7 on the road, a little bit high for points, but Belmont, like I said, they're the much better team. If they hit their shots, they will definitely cruise to a victory here. And we are going for, this is 3 in a row. Another road team here, Florida -11. Now, I will say, laying double digits on the road is definitely not something you want to make a living of doing, because you're not going to be too successful. But if you can pick your spots, obviously it happens all the time. And I think we have a spot here. So Florida is on the road here taking on Vanderbilt, -11. And this is a really, really good Florida team. They are just struggling right now. We're buying them low, so they're coming off 3 straight losses. But those 3 straight losses were against really good teams. On top of that, they have had some illnesses going around the team during these games. So that has definitely led to them not playing up to their capability. So I think we're getting some value here. Even though it's double digits, we're getting some value here with Florida coming off of 3 straight losses. There's a reason why they're favored by double digits here on the road. Vanderbilt is garbage. They lost their best player a while back, and I don't even think they've won since then. They definitely have not won since conference play has started. They're the worst team in the conference. Florida is going to be hungry here for a victory. It doesn't matter if they're at home or on the road in this one. When you're a bad team, your home court advantage goes down drastically because the home crowd is just not into it. They're expecting you to lose. Not as much people come to the game. So, like I said, Vanderbilt typically has a pretty good home field advantage. Their court is a little bit different than others, but like I said, I don't think it's going to matter here. Florida, hungry for a win, coming off 3 straight losses. They are the much, much better team, especially with the Vanderbilt losing their best player. This is a huge mismatch, and if Florida plays the way I think they can, they will win this game by double digits. Next, we're going to USC, finally a home team here. We have a Pac-12 showdown. In LA, we have USC at home taking on Colorado. So whenever you have a ranked team on the road, it's always dangerous. And Colorado actually saw that in their last game. They are coming off of a loss at UCLA. And I think it's going to be back-to-back losses for this Colorado team. They are much better home team. Colorado is. They play at altitude at home. This is a good Colorado team. They're ranked for a reason. But USC, they're playing good basketball right now. They've won 2 in a row. Kind of an underrated team, flying under the radar. This is a good Pac-12 team, and at -1 at home, I think they're playing better basketball right now than Colorado. Colorado, like I said, they're vulnerable on the road, and USC having a ranked team come to town, the crowd's going to be fired up. I like the way USC's been looking lately, and I think they will get the job done at home, -1. And last but not least, for college basketball, we are going with UC Irvine -12. They are at home taking on Cal State Fullerton. These two teams actually played a few weeks ago. Fullerton was at home in that one, and UC Irvine came away with the 74-61 victory. So they won on the road by 13. Now they're at home laying 12. And in that first game on the road, UC Irvine didn't play well. They got off to a super slow start. The game was really close in the first half, but it wasn't until the second half when they started to pull away and really show that they are the much better team. I don't expect that to happen here. I think from start to finish, they're just going to, this is a very good UC Irvine team. They are much better than the rest of the teams in that Big West Conference. They should crush Fullerton here at home. Even though it's revenge for Cal State Fullerton, they're just no match for UC Irvine. So this should be definitely a double-digit win at home. And I like to throw in at least one NBA game if there is one that I like. And there is. We are taking the Indiana Pacers at home -10. Are taking on the lowly New York Knicks. And the Pacers are finally, we've been waiting for this, or at least I've been waiting for this to happen all year long. Waiting for them to be completely healthy. Mainly, we've been waiting for Oladipo to come back. And he played one game so far. Obviously, he struggled a little bit. He's going to be rusty. I don't know why most of his shots were three-pointers. I don't know why he was living out there. Like I said, it was his first game back. It's going to take him a few weeks to get reacclimated, not only for himself to shake off the rust, but to get familiar with his teammates as well as they work him back into the rotation. But either way, I still like this Indiana Pacers team. I don't think getting Oladipo reacclimated into the lineup is going to slow them down too much. Like, this is a bad New York Knicks team. They're already without RJ Barrett. And now they had a couple suspensions as well. Their starting point guard is going to be out for this one, Elfrid Payton. So like I said, this is already a bad New York Knicks team. I don't think they're going to have much motivation here against the Pacers team, which they know they're not going to beat. So I love the Pacers here at home. Like I said, they're fully healthy. I think we're just going to see them play better and better as the season goes along. I'm excited to see what they can do now that they're fully healthy. But at home against the Knicks, I like them to cruise to an easy double-digit victory. So that is going to wrap up our long shot. It's another 7-teamer. 130 will pay $10,089. So like I said, I don't necessarily recommend you throw in the long shot unless you want to get super crazy with me. It's not likely to come in. I'm going to say that right now. It only takes one to mess it up, but I would pluck out your favorites, maybe do a couple straight bets. Whatever you want to do is definitely up to you. I'm just out here giving you the picks. I'm going to throw in the long shot myself, of course. We'll see what happens. But like I said, I really like this one. So we have 6 in college and then 1 in the NBA. We went 5-2 last week. We'll see if we can beat that this week. But like I said, so far so good. We are off to a good start with our long shot parlay. And that is going to wrap it up for the long shot parlays. Before I wrap this video up, I do want to mention my website, JVilleSportsPicks.com. You can see at the top of the screen, I had our record for college basketball in the month of January. We had another winning month. I should have included all other sports. We killed it in the NBA and the NHL and the NFL. We killed it in every single sport in the month of January. And that's what we do every single month, every single sport. We are killing it. So if you're interested in receiving my daily newsletter each and every day, I give out at least 3 to 7 picks every single day. So I never miss a day. I send them directly to your email box. So this is a website, JVilleSportsPicks.com. If you did not have a good January, if you are not winning money right now, if you are missing out on some winning picks, go to JVilleSportsPicks.com. I make it super cheap, a couple dollars a day, and you can get all of my picks in all sports for as long as you like. So JVilleSportsPicks.com is the website. Check it out, browse around, check out the different links at the top of the page. Check out the promotions tab. I have a few things on there as well. But that is going to wrap it up. That's the website. That's how to get there. If you do have any questions about my newsletter, about the picks I give out, or about anything else, my social media pages, my email address, all down below in the description of this video. Chat@JVilleSportsPicks.com is my email address. But like I said, we are on the tear right now. We are on a 10-2 run right now, and that's just in college basketball over the past few days. So we are just crushing it right now in all sports. Really picking up steam here in college basketball. Like I said, hockey, we're doing great things. NBA, we're doing great things. And we're putting them all together, doing some cross-sport parlays. So we're doing a lot of different things. Picks being sent out every single day. And like I said, we are just stacking up winning months after winning months. That's what it's all about. So if you're interested in joining the village, So if you're interested in joining the village, check out JVilleSportsPicks.com. I would say try my picks out for 30 days, see how you like them. Basketball time is my favorite time of the year as we head into March Madness and hit March Madness, my favorite time of the year. So this is the perfect time to join. Like I said, try my picks out for 30 days, see how you like them. There's no obligation to continue after that if you don't. But other than that, that's the website. That's how to get there. We're going to go ahead and root on this long shot parlay. Like I said, I gave out 7 picks there, 130 to win $10,000 and $89. We'll see how we do. For those of you that are a part of the village, I'll be releasing my daily newsletter with all of my college basketball picks, all of my NBA picks, and all of my NHL picks. So stay tuned for that. If you're not a part of the village, you will not be receiving that, but you are more than welcome to join at any time. And that is going to wrap up the video. So good luck with whatever picks you guys do decide to put in. I hope you guys have an awesome Saturday. Super Bowl Eve. Can't wait for the Super Bowl to happen. It should be a great game, but we will get into that in due time. But I'm going to wrap up this college basketball video. Like I said, good luck, and I'll see you guys soon.